but I should be spotlit, so it will mostly just be recording me. Even if you talk, actually, it just records me. So we don't even have to mute. Hello, everybody. Welcome to role play. Hello, in the Zoom room. So I hope everyone had a good solstice yesterday. And I'm here in this room with like Bonnie and Cassie. Oh, and it's so bright. The sunlight is just, it's so funny how like it just decides to come in the minute I sit down. Let's just take a second to land. Ooh, Kitty's gonna have to get in and out. That's as soon as the door gets shut in any room, the cat has to go to the other side of the door. That's what doors are for if you're a cat, to move through. So just taking a second to land in our bodies, coming into the sensation of existing in a human body. And also to feeling the earth underneath us. So imagining the gravitational pull of the earth, imagining that force and tuning into the sensation of it. And thinking of that gravitational pull as being something that actually supports us. So this earth energy, this field of energy that keeps us from falling off the planet, is supporting the way that our tissues build, it's supporting our fascia, it's even supporting our blood, the density of our blood. So and our bone density, all of that stuff is supported by this gravitational pull of the earth. So we're just using this metaphor of gravity and the connection of gravity to the earth to help us find ground in our body, to help us find the earthy element of existing in a body. And when we find that ground, it's much easier to land. Yeah, so allowing yourself to move in any way that you need to move, and just to feel into what it feels like to be here right now in your body. And so that's like one of the wonderful things about having a body, is that when we tune into the sensations of our body, we're present in the moment. We can't be in 1,000 other places when we're just feeling what we're feeling, when we're sensing into ourselves. So letting us tune in, and we can maybe close our eyes with this and really deeply feeling into sensation. And feeling into the reality of sensation for you, whatever that is, like what you can feel right now. For me, my hands are cold. I feel caffeinated, so there's kind of a buzz inside of me. I can feel the rise and fall of my breath. I can also hear some sounds. So any kind of body sensation, any kind of perception, just taking note of what is going on right now. What are you noticing? I hear sounds in the house and sounds outside of the house. And let's invite our bodies to take this time that we're together, to really process anything that needs processing, so that we are moving our system in a fluid way, that there's nothing getting stuck or blocked in there. And with that idea of processing, maybe bringing some movement, some micro movement in, whatever feels good to you in processing. So I have a friend who's written a book called The Mindful Gut, and she wrote something, and it's dealing a lot with digestion and digestion issues. And she wrote something about how important eating slow is today, because our stomachs don't have teeth, right? So we need our teeth to chew our food. And it made me think of how much I love to wolf down my food and barely chew it all. And so I've been trying to really eat more mindfully and take more time with my eating, like with that process. And one thing she said that was very funny is, oh, you're so air and fire. I'm so, light and fluffy and creative and speedy, that the slowing down to that earthiness is really challenging for me. So let's just offer this. And I know that Bonnie's having foundational house problems. So let's offer this out to the universe of finding and connecting with this foundation of the earth. It's really supportive and positive, and maybe allowing that idea of that foundational system, the gravitational pull of the earth, the earth quality around us, whatever we have in our lives, like our homes, our families, the things that keep us grounded, just tuning into what those are and allowing our bodies to move with that idea. So maybe to get on the floor and start rolling, maybe to stand up and run around, maybe just to work with micro movement in your own body, whatever feels good to you. What helps you feel into that sensation of earthiness, groundedness, connectedness? We were born on this planet. So being here in our bodies is our birthright, right? It wouldn't have happened if it wasn't our birthright. Here we are in these wonderful animal bodies on this planet, born here. We are incarnated. We came into bodies on the planet. So how does that, just those ideas, how do you want to move with those ideas of birthright, gravity, foundation? Maybe it feels good to take it all the way down to the floor. And maybe sometimes stillness is what you want, coming into stillness, coming into that stability of stillness. Or just tiny micro movements. So we could say feeling into the earth element in our body, our sort of densest body parts, which are our bones, our teeth, even maybe our fingernails, these dense, earthy body parts. And then allowing the water element to come in and hydrate inside. So even in our bones, there's fluidity. If we're feeling too stuck and stable, we can add some fluid movement, some water to our systems. Water element, fluid body, hydrating. Yeah, so in Laban, we have these ideas of stability and mobility. They are major themes, this idea of stability. So that earthiness could be our sense of stability in the world. And the wateriness can be our sense of mobility, or even our breathiness could be our mobility. Just finding ways to play with stability and mobility. Sometimes we want to come into ourselves and then close into ourselves, and we can find nourishment there. And then sometimes we want to really open out and radiate out. And certainly to my sense, the earth is a very stable place, right? It's not moving as much or as quickly most of the time. When the earth is unstable, it can be threatening for humans. So playing with these ideas of stability and mobility, with the earthiness and the wateriness in our bodies. Oh yeah, and I've noticed on my videos, I have these great rolling on the floor sounds. So the creaking of the floorboards, the earthiness of my house. And weirdly, those creaky sounds in the floor, that's some of the mobility of the wood underneath me. It creaks, it adjusts as I roll over it. So if we really think about like the earth as being stable, or anything being stable, like that's only just a relative idea. Really, everything is in movement. Everything is in constant flux and shift. Some of it's in a very slow, imperceptible flux and shift. And some of it's like, boom, super fast. And then we have to adjust to all of that stuff. How do we feel when we need to adjust? How do we let our bodies adjust to change? Yeah, so playing with these ideas of groundedness, Where do I need more earthiness and more stability in my life? Where do I need more flow, more wateriness, and more fluidity in my life? So interestingly, moving with people in a room is one thing that provides stability for me as a human. It helps me feel connected in my tribe. So yeah, I appreciate you two for showing up and moving with me. Yeah, sometimes support is a concept. Like what do we need for support? What does my body need for support? And this idea of community is part of what we need for support, right? It might be the community. Sometimes I've been watching all these Nordic noirs, and sometimes I feel like the people I'm watching on TV, on Netflix, are my community. So I think within this period of time where we haven't had as much community togetherness in harmony, where we can co-regulate, we're using, you know, other means to feel a sense of community. But in this time, in this particular Zoom room, or even if you're watching on the Facebook, we are co-regulating, we are working together to ease our systems, to feel more connected. And sometimes in that connection, there's a great letting go that needs to happen. Yeah, so just offering yourself, if there's anything in your body, if there's anything in your holding pattern that would be helpful to release a little bit, to soften, feel free to invite that in. Inviting in the softening, releasing, and whatever the holding pattern is, trusting that through movement and through awareness, mindfulness, bringing yourself into yourself, you can discern what you need to let go of and maybe what you need more of in your life. Allowing these rolling and playing times to help inform the soul space of what's serving you and what would help you, what would be of use. Is it another cat in your life? Is it more time in nature? Oh, we got a baby in the room. Awesome. Hello, Blake. How are you? Hello. And a smiling baby. Look at that little cute square head. Oh, it's adorable. Hello. I've been watching Blake develop and move as well, which has been very exciting to see his movement patterns, and also the way that his mom works with him, of like getting him to move more by like enticing him with toys and different things along the floor. And he's been a part of many of our movement explorations as well, where he's just engaged in it. If we want to learn how to move better as adults, maybe watching babies and little kids and animals is a great thing to do. Yeah, and just even being, yeah, oh, baby face, we got a kitty, we've got a baby, we've got some humans, we can interact with each other. And even if you're watching this on playback, imagine that you're here with us. Oh, look at that. Look at that. You got a dancing mama. Gillard wants to be here, but he really doesn't want me to touch him. He just wants to get into the middle of things. Like the tree, you know, cats and Christmas trees, you know how they, it's just like kryptonite for the kitty. They got to get in there. So in this sort of more isolated time, find the things that you can partner with. Can you partner with the floor? Can you partner with your cats? Can you partner with your partner? But allowing like our bodies need a certain amount of interaction. Oh, there we go. The kitty's got his little scratch pad. Getting the scapula and the hands moving in the kitty fashion. Thinking of the patterns that animals have. Oh, look at you go, Blake. You're a little speed demon. Yeah. Tuning into our needs as animal bodies. Like we have a need for community. We have a need for ground. We have a need for movement. The movement could be small. It could just be the breath. We can play with micro movement, or it can be the whole body. Postural movement, gestural movement. Yeah, beautiful. Nice hand stuff there. Wakening up and allowing and engaging. And I'm going to give us some music to dance to. I can remember to share my screen. Again, this is going to be Jeff Gersh's Ambient Fields. So just let the music inform you in any way that feels interesting and good. Yeah, imagining that the sounds are just moving through you, which they are. The vibrations and sound are moving through you. So inviting yourself to dance with that vibration. I just want to throw in an idea that the spiral is tremendously supportive for tissue. So thinking of like we have that DNA spiral inside of us, inviting in the sensation of spiraling into your body, spiraling for support. Thinking of that three-dimensional matrix of fascia, that whenever we spiral and move, we're giving it such life energy and force. I'm not going to turn it off quite yet, but one more idea I want to throw in there is just imagining the space around you is all alive, so that you're dancing with the space. You're moving with the space. And the space is holding you up. The space is supporting you. Inviting in novel movement, new ideas, new ways of moving. Exploring things that are unfamiliar. That's where we'll find release from the old pattern, is when we start to move into new patterning. Yeah, creativity is not found in doing the same thing. It's found in doing something new. Letting your movement just be tasty and delicious. So it doesn't need to look like anything. We can start to redefine cultural ideas for ourselves of what our bodies should or shouldn't be. Letting some of that stuff drop away, just coming into a movement that feels good. Letting the space support you, finding lightness in the space, light and spaciousness, and then also grounded stability underneath us. Bringing that one down to a close, the music, but let's stay in the movement for a little bit longer before ending it, just a little bit more. Really inviting in your cells, your tissues, your fluids to come into a sense of coherence. So whatever that means, well, I'll tell you what I think it means, is that our systems are working in harmony with each other, so that we're not fighting against ourselves or fighting like one system fighting against the other. They're all working together, right? Our lymphatic system, our digestive system, our circulatory system, respiration, muscles, cells, tissues, fascia, bones, all of it working together as one whole soul unit of us as we exist in this world, this dynamic process of living, being alive at this moment, in this body, at this time, on this planet. I'm just taking a moment of gratitude for all of that. We are here now, we're here together, we're in our bodies. We can breathe, we have clean water, we have food, we have friends, we have some community. So find family, finding gratitude for that. Whew. Yeah, and just to let you guys know, I am doing this week-long holidays movement challenge, which is I'm going to offer classes every day, all week. And yeah, people can join in with that. But from Christmas to New Year's, every day, there will be either role play, somatic mat. There are some embodied meditations, and there may even be some breath work. I've been doing a ton of breath work in the past years, many years. And so I might be offering some stuff on that too. There are classes that we'll be developing that aren't even on the list right now. So if you are in TV land, you can find me on my website, lauravward.com. I'm going to stop recording. Please like and subscribe. I'm almost at 300 subscribers and I need to get to 1,000. But everybody else in the room, you can just stay on.